Welcome, viewers. If you just tuning in, this iAfrica TV, and as you have seen from our images, we're broadcasting live from Birkama here at the Nawek electricity power plant, which is to be inaugurated today by the President of the Republic, His Excellency President Adama Barrow. And any moment from now, we would be welcoming the President here and his entourage to do the inauguration. And I'm being signaled that the President is almost around. And you can see from the from behind me that there is a lot of dignitaries who are already in position to witness this important day in the history of the Gambia. Mbokk yi comme ni ngeen ñu nekk di gisee ñu ngi fii ci Birkama ci power plant bi nga xam ne nguuru Gambia ñu ngi ko inauguré tey ci njiitalu kii di président bi His Excellency President Adama Barrow. te tam comme niñ koy gisee ci kanam tuuti rek moom président bi daanaka agsi na ci biir lii di place bi fii nii te lii di power plant bi itam ci biir Birkama fii ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo ko tabax loolu yëpp dinañ ci indi yaatal ak njëriñ bi moo njëriñ askanu Gambia. maa ngi fi nekk ak sumay naataango Mariama Thiam ñu gën ko xamee ci MC ak kii di Binta Fati ñoom tam ñooma jàppale ci biir liggéey bi fii pour ñu mun na leen a indi lépp li nga xam ne di ngeen ko soxla wala muy information bi ngeen a nit ci lu jëm ci ubbiteeb lii di power plant bi nii te mu war a indi yokkute ci fànnab courant bi ci biir réew mi fii. li ma def rek mooy dinaa bàyyi MC mu nuyuwante ak yéen ba noppi ñu pass mic bi tam Mariama moom tam dina nuyuwante ak yéen ci kàllaamay Mandinka laata ñuy gën a xuus ci lii di waxtaan bi. MC, I think it would be very, very important for us to highlights most or some of the important things that we would be expecting today here at the inauguration of this electricity power plant, which would be done in any moment from now by the President of the Republic, His Excellency President Adama Barrow, who is almost within our midst. MC.
Thank you very much, Abdullah Mendy, and good afternoon. I can say to all the viewers right now watching iAfrica TV live. We are here today to witness the inauguration of a 20 meter watt power plant to be inaugurated by President Adama Barrow. As you can see, the ministers and so many cabinet ministers are present, and also other important dignitaries are also present in order to launch this project, which is worth millions of dollars, which will soon be revealed by the stakeholders or by the people responsible for this inauguration. And we also know that this project is being funded by the International Islamic Development Bank. So all the details will be brought to you in no time. Hence, we are waiting for the arrival of the President to come so that the inauguration ceremony will start, inshallah.
Thank you very much, MC. As you rightly said it, we are seeing the President and his convoy almost entering the venue here. And any moment from now, as we would be seeing, we would welcome the President and his delegation. Binta bi afelenti mbe Birkama janto andung meyemol si jang wolong nying electricity power plant o meya lonko Gambia mansa kunda ya sotole andu melia sembendia wolong Islamic Development Bank ti andung abe kumaya la bake badin la moirlal anin juberlal fanang isa lom membe kerin janto andu nyim fanam ben nafa jumale nati Gambia banko diulie andung Gambia banko di banko kam font
abaraka bake mbadingolu nalbe bulakan no madungu bitanting frenti Birkama sate kono jang andum be damito tenting nata kulli wala kulli ba wala be jam Birkama andum kamina kulli wala power plant mi yalon ko wala kata courant la ko mi yalon ko gambe man sakunda ya samana andum bi wala kulli o nying mbolo kundo tenting sain tenting dum afenting president mi yalon ko wala kata president Adama Baroti ñun temben na afrita nanne bara man jala mo to kono folo andum ngalon ne ko ñing projet ko Islamic Development Bank wala kata multimedia yalon ko ibulo ba koto anda keta projet ko to miyalon ko kumata bakila bawo ninkumu ko miyalon ko be den din jiolo ko to Gambia wala ko mimbe den din courant la ko do bawo ita jidi masono wala ita josono ni ngatar ko courant man tara anyama ota kumata bake pour ñu projet ko Brikama kollier bari ndum fana bina dun na ko kono kana ngi karaka ko la ñu ko dunga bital nyaadi le ko do mi yalan ko be dunda akoto anu fana fa ñindu ñim power plant bi yalan ko ba lo ka ba kala pour Brikama di ngole fondum greta bañul area mollem nin ko mo nin programme ñing kono fonuta me dun no ko kono le mbadi ngol ko nga fa la nyame sententing president mi yalan ko wakata president Adama Baroti ñin tambe na afata nanne andu kontondro I bolake kam folo andu no bat hala dum bina dun na kulliyo fonkono andi sinana ko kul fanan ke ta ke kono fanni bitun dum nim badi mam yalon ko no le be nyokan jang bitun se may ko pasaka fanan duge ko mandim fay woto
jërëjëf Binta comme Binta dama ko doon waxee rek tey fi mu nekk ni président bi agsi na soo leen ko gis di ko gis suñ screen bi noonu mi ngi noonu di nuyu ñi nga xamante ne ñooy cabinet ministres yi ak yeneen délégués yi nga xamante ne ñu ngi rang rek pour nuyoo ko pour ñu ñëw commencé inauguration bii nii courant dafa nekk loo xamante ne dafa am solo torop si réew sakatuma naa nag si dëkk yi nga xamante ni ne pour ñu am courant daf dee jafe tey nag président bi mu ngi na pour launch courant fii nii si Brikama mu nekk loo xamante dafa am solo te bu yàggul rek last year in November si lay gis mu launch a very big project that is called the Kiang and the hashtag Lampo Mala which was very very important because it has been over 50 years Kiang mënuñoo am courant.
Right, and it's important to note that electricity issue has been, it has been a problem in the Gambia for a while now. And seeing that the government is taking serious steps to ensure that this becomes an issue of a past, I think it is very, very important that it is commended. And also, it is important to also note that this is not just any event. Like I said, the issue of electricity has been a problem, and this is something that a lot of people would welcome, and I'm sure that the people of Brikama would be very, very happy to know that something of this, a project of this magnitude is right now happening in Brikama. Like I said earlier in the Mandinka dialect, we will be talking to people who are directly handling this project to give us the first-hand information and also to give us what we want to know about this electricity project.
Yes, like Binta just said, we will wait for the right sources that will talk to us about this project. We all know that this is launched with millions of dollars, and also it is being funded by the Islamic Development Bank. That is all that we know for now. But as time goes on, if everything is settled, we will bring you the important or the necessary sources that will come and talk to us about this whole project.
Right.
Who will benefit from this project, how many households, or is it only Brikama that will benefit from this project, because we are launching this project today here in Brikama.
Right, and also, if you can hear me, you can hear the police band, playing the beautiful sound behind us here. And we will, like we said, we're going to interview a lot of people here, and please stay tuned.
That was just the arrival of President Adama Barrow. He has already taken his seat, and the program will start as soon as possible, because they have been waiting for him to start the inauguration of this electricity project here.
Right. Right now, I think they are all taking their seats. Right now, they are all taking their seats, and we have seen that the youths who have escorted the president are already going to take their seats, and everyone is right now taking their seats. Comme badi ngolanga fale nyame saintenting president Adama Barrow ten afatale nyintemben na project ko do mi yalan ko welkata kulioti mi yalan ko abako kuram project ko do mi yalan ko masakona ba kulli kam bibri kama sate kono jang anu president frente nyintemben na afatale mol bedung yela sidla tala anu sai frente binalola kurugulun kana national anthem kana mbadi ngol nyintemben na du nyine be kering jang bibri kama sate kono jang.
Thank you, policeman.
That was the national anthem by the Gambia
His
Police
Excellency
Band.
the President,
So we will just leave you with the
ministers here
MC
present,
to dilate more on the program, inshallah.
the Deputy Secretary General and Secretary Cabinet, the permanent secretaries, board members, governors, marine directors, directors general, service chiefs, all protocols respectfully observed. I am Mr. Lamin Kamara, permanent secretary of the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, who is the chair of this occasion today. And I'll first start by calling on the Imam, Ratib, to give us prayers in the Muslim way. Imam?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ والمصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض هو الحديد الحكيم. نصر من الله وفتح قريب وبشر المؤمنين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ونعم المولى ونعم النصير. نصر من الله وفتح قريب وبشر المؤمنين. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا يقول له كن فيكون. فسبحان الذي بيده الملكوت تدعون. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والصلاة والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Ameen, Ya Imam, for those powerful prayers. I would now want to call on the pastor here to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, you are the creator of heaven and earth. All things come from you. So we thank you this day for waking us up because many have died. We thank you for this beautiful project that will be inaugurated by your son, Adama Barrow. Father, we pray that you make this project a success. Then we do not only ask for this, we ask for your blessings upon him because you have chosen him to lead us at this point in time. Give him wisdom that sits by your throne. Protect him, protect all of us. Give him good health. Give him the power, the knowledge to rule your people according to your will. Father, there are different things we have to ask from you, but we ask above all that your blessing and your power and your anointing will continue to remain with us through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor, for those prayers. Amen. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Today marks another milestone in our quest to address the electricity supply problems of our beloved country, the Gambia. Since adoption of the 2017 electricity roadmap, many projects were embarked upon, ranging from policy and regulatory instruments, increasing generation capacity, to the expansion and restoration of our transmission and distribution network. All this could not have happened without collaboration and partnership from our multilateral and bilateral partners. This includes other stakeholders such as ministries, departments, and agencies of the country. It interests me to note that collaboration, cooperation, and communication is key to the success of any entity or project. These three C's characterizes the relationship between the ministry, NAWEC, and their stakeholders, which made the new power station a possibility today. We have got support from MOFIA, Minister of Justice, Minister of Health, Minister of Defense, and other stakeholders, because during the COVID, when there was a lockdown, we had to get the cooperation from the Minister of Health to give some waivers, cooperation from the Minister of Defense also to ensure some of our engineers are ferried into the country to be able to complete this power station, and that made it possible today for its inauguration. It shows that collective efforts and inclusive workforce is what makes you deliver. This is the hallmark of today's NAWEC. We shall continue to nurture such a pragmatic and action-oriented approach to deliver all the projects lined up for both electricity and water. Your Excellency, through the support of government and the National Assembly, we have raised enough funds from donors in order to realize universal access in the Gambia. I want to recognize the presence of the board, as the chairman and the vice chair and other board members here, who have also been very instrumental. And our former managing director, Baba Fatajo, who is here to grace this occasion with us, who is our ambassador in South Africa. So on this note, I just want to give an outline of the program. We will now be, the next stage will be getting a welcoming remarks from the governor of the West Coast region, Mr. Lamin Sane. That will be followed by remarks from the managing director, Nani Juara, and remark of the ISDB representative will not be possible because of due to circumstances beyond their control. They could not make it to the Gambia. We will have remarks from the contractor after the entertainment. It will be just a 10 minutes entertainment, and that's it. And then the consultant also, unfortunately, they booked all their air ticket and everything because of the poor weather conditions. They found it difficult to fly into the country. So we'll have a statement from the Honorable Minister and get to the climax of the event as the keynote address by His Excellency the President, Adam Barrow. And then finally, the unveiling of the flag and the flag and switching the generator on. This is a 20 megawatt power capacity. On this note, I want to call on the governor of West Coast region to give his welcoming remarks.
Your Excellency, Honorable Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces, Secretary General and Head of Civil Service, represented by the Deputy Secretary General, Secretary of Cabinet, Mr. Cisse, Cabinet Ministers, Permanent Secretaries with their deputies, Service Chiefs, Managing Directors and Director Generals, Senior Government Functionaries, Regional Chairperson and a team, high-profile dignitaries, staff of NAWEC and Board of Directors of NAWEC, local authorities, the Chief and the Alcalis, ladies and gentlemen. As we celebrate the country's 56th independence anniversary celebrations, we are here gathered once again to celebrate one of the greatest achievements of our dear government in a short spell of time. It is a moment of joy and sober reflection of what has been realized since the country attained self-rule, which of course is in line with the blueprint the National Development Plan, and democratic governance. The inauguration of a 20 megawatt power plant 3 in Brikama is not only remarkable, but quite significant. Therefore, we must wholeheartedly congratulate the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy for coming very near to achieving their sectoral target as indicated in their sectoral plan. This universal access to electricity, which is a basic fundamental human right. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, provision of electricity that is affordable and reliable is a sine qua non to all spheres of development. Without full supply of affordable electricity, the development of a nation will hardly be realized. This making life, or thus making life, uneasy for the citizens. For us to gain economic growth, better education, communication and information, fight global challenges, transformative processes, we need absolute affordable and reliable electricity supply all over the country. Mr. Chairman, the theme for this inauguration, that is the road to universal access to electricity in the Gambia by 2025, is really apt. During His Excellency's 2020 Meet the People's Tour, this was one of the promises he communicated to the people. Today, we are here seeing this thing happen in our eyes. Therefore, I wish to thank His Excellency for fulfilling the roadmap towards this success. West Coast region has been very critical in the geopolitical history of the Gambia. Having this power plant established in Brikama, as well as being inaugurated, is highly welcome by all the people of the region. We must say, His Excellency, thank you very much. I have no doubt in my mind that this will not only usher a new development, but would rather transform the lives of all Gambians, as well as minimize the concentration of rural-urban migration, which has congested the metropolitan towns of Brikama and KMC. Many young people have migrated to the towns to look for opportunities, which is due to lack of electricity and good environment. This project will solely address all these challenges. As I am requested to make a welcoming remark, I therefore want to profoundly thank the government of the Gambia, the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, who are the implementing agencies for this project, the staff of NAWEC and the board who made this day possible. On behalf of the entire people of West Coast Region, the chiefs of West Coast Region, the Technical Advisory Committee members, the general chairpersons and team, mobilizers, Chairman of the Camera Council and staff and councillors, Council of Elders, and all other stakeholders, I wish to welcome all of you to this great event. Happy Independence Anniversary to everybody. Thank you all.
The governor,
thank you, Governor.
Lamin Sane, the governor of West Coast region.
Our message out there and the
He said a lot of important things.
Ministry and the government at large.
That this is a moment of joy
in the country.
Of what the country has achieved since independence.
We'll have
this means that the Gambia has achieved a lot. Since this is not the first time we've seen the inauguration of the power plant in Kenya.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, the Deputy Secretary General representing the Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Honorable Ministers here present, Secretary to Cabinet, Honorable National Assembly members, senior government officials here present, the governor of West Coast region and other local government authorities, the chairman and board of directors of NAWEC here present, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I thank the Almighty Allah for giving me the opportunity to be part of this important inaugural ceremony marking the official inauguration of 2 new 10 megawatts heavy fuel generators here in Brikama West Coast region. The project is the second phase of the generation expansion project funded by the Islamic Development Bank and the Gambia government, the first of which was inaugurated a few years ago. And the contractor for that project was Wärtsilä of Finland. And that the capacity of that generator for the first phase of this electricity expansion program is about 8.9 megawatts. And that's the other power plant next to this new one. Your Excellency, the main objective of this project is to narrow or close the generation gap, that is the demand and supply gap within the GBA. The 2 generators been manufactured by MAN of Germany, and these are dual fuel inbuilt generators that can use gas at a later date when we are able to convert them. Both generators are new, and the EPC contractor for this project is STX of South Korea, and also our own Jar Oil of the Gambia. Yes, that is Hamidou Jar, one of the leading entrepreneurs in this country. The initial contract for this project was awarded to STX Heavy Industries of South Korea and also Global Trading Group of Belgium. But due to unforeseen circumstances, mainly as a result of decisions from the US government, the consortium between STX and Global Trading Group could not proceed. And that has created an opportunity for Jar Oil to partner with STX to complete the project. So we are grateful to Jar Oil for taking the risk to partner with STX after the initial award to the first consortium. Thank you, Mr. Hamidou Jar, for that decision. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the commissioning of this new power plant will be a great what is called boost in terms of our generation capacity. I can say for certain that since the commissioning of this project in 2020, by October 2020, NAWEC has increased the generation capacity by 30%, and that has given us the opportunity to be able to maintain reliable and steady power supply within the GBA since October of the last year. So we thank the contractor and the consultants for a job well done. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this power plant that we are going to inaugurate, in addition to already the capacity that we are receiving from car power with NAWEC generators, we have a total now available generation capacity within the GBA up to about 90 megawatts for the first time in many years. Today, we can proudly stand here and say to every Gambian that at least the NAWEC is able to provide electricity to most people within the GBA with little or no interruption, and we have a reserve capacity of between 10 to 20 megawatts at any given moment. So that's a big plus. However, we are also aware that at least 50% of the generating cells that we are also maintaining have aged over time. And because of that, we have started a process of procuring through an IPPA, a 30 megawatts dual fuel plant that we also intend to construct in this country through private participation. So the tendering process is at an advanced stage. We got support through the Minister of Energy from the African Legal Support Facility to assist us in this process up to the conclusion, and we hope this will be done very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, NAWEC is also exploring opportunities in renewable energy sources as part of our energy mix, and recently we have launched a tender for the construction of 20 megawatt solar plant in Jambur through the support of the World Bank. This process is also at an advanced stage, and hopefully before the end of the year we will sign a contract with the potential EPC contractor. In another development, the West African Power Pool, in collaboration with the government of the Gambia and the ECOWAS region entirely, are working hard to identify a good location within the Gambia to construct a 150 megawatt solar plant. And this process is also ongoing, and as we speak, we have two distinguished Gambian executive directors within WAP with a high power delegation visiting the Gambia with regards to this project. So we are very optimistic that Gambia could be used as a hub for solar projects within the region. And this is going to be a big plus in our side to have least cost electricity generation capacity in the country. And we also continue to work with our partners, our sister utilities in the region, to harness cheaper sources of energy so that this country, that people have always been complaining that our tariffs are high. Yes, because our tariffs are high, it depends on our mode of operation. But with all these additions, we are very optimistic that the cost of energy will significantly go down, and we have the support of the government, and inshallah this will happen. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to renew our commitment to the government and to the Gambian people, and to the Gambian people of our resolve to maintain reliable and affordable energy supply for the people of this country from now on. From today and going forward, we will ensure that that is achieved. We will also maintain that there is financial prudence in whatever we do, so that this company that has suffered a lot in the past will be financially viable in the next near future. The turnaround of NAWEC is within reach, because we are carrying out the necessary reforms to be able to change things in NAWEC. And this we have gotten the support of the government of the Gambia, and Your Excellency, we are grateful for your government support with little or no interference in our activities to ensure that we deliver the services that your government has also set for yourselves, so that Gambian people can at last have reliable power supply and power and electricity, water supply in the country for the good of our economy and everyone in this country as well. Finally, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, I want to take the opportunity to thank the following: the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs for the resource mobilization they are doing for us to be able to meet our development objectives, the entire staff of the Minister of Petroleum and Energy, particularly the Honorable Minister of Energy, Honorable Fafa Sanyang, and the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Lamin Kamara. The Office of the President for their continuous guidance. And let me just mention one person here who was my former boss, Mr. Baba Fatajo, Gambia's ambassador to South Africa. Mr. Fatajo was the project manager for this particular project that we are about to inaugurate. He laid the foundation stone also when he was the managing director, together with the former Vice President, Ajaratu Fatoumata Jallo Tambajang, a few years ago. So Mr. Fadajo, thank you very much for your continued support, and we are grateful that you have also taken your time to grace this occasion. We are thankful to the project manager, Mr. Babukar Fall, who has committed himself entirely to ensure that this project is a success. Mr. Fall, you and your team, we are grateful and thank you very much for the commitment. Special thanks also goes to the entire NAWEC staff. Let me just say this. We at NAWEC, we don't have a closing time from work. We are at work 24/7. We have time to start, but we don't have time to finish. So our work is 24 hours around the clock. So I'm grateful to those hard-working staff for their commitment to the cause for this country. So thank you very much, and let's continue the teamwork, and we will succeed together. A lot depends on us in this country. If the energy sector succeeds, this country will definitely succeed. But if we fail to make progress, this economy and the entire livelihood of our people will be in jeopardy. But we can assure everyone that we will live up to expectation. We will commit ourselves and will ensure that the objectives that we have set for ourselves are achieved on time. Finally, I will repeat, Hamidou Jah and his team has also contributed significantly to the success of this project. As a Gambian company, we will continue to encourage companies like Hamidou Jah to participate in projects like this so that the money that we are also receiving from our donors at least stays in this country. And therefore, companies that have the potential should start working together to make sure that some of the projects they can also participate and ensure that some of the funds also stay in country. So thank you very much, Hamidou and team. The board of directors, who are also represented almost by 4 to 5, including the chairman, the vice, and other board members, we are grateful. They are very supportive to the management, and we will continue to work with them under their guidance to make sure that we deliver the goods. Let me just say this. Our board chairman has always been telling us, you either deliver or you'll be delivered. But Mr. Chairman will ensure that you don't deliver us, we will deliver the goods as expected. So special thanks to the organizing committee for the excellent job, and I thank everyone, all the stakeholders, for the support that you are rendering to NAWEC. This is your company. Continue to support us. If you support us, be rest assured that you will also get what you want from us. And this we have been getting from you from day one, and we hope this will continue. For our critics, your criticisms are welcome, because that helps us to improve and change things at NAWEC. And we will not shy away from our responsibilities to you, and be rest assured that we are in this together. So thank you everyone for your time, and we hope we have an enjoyable inauguration ceremony. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
ku jógee wax léegi mooy Nani Jawara Nani Juwara nag moo nekk ki nga xamante ne moo jiite NAWEC te NAWEC nag suñ ko déggee mooy ñi nga xamante ne dañ dee supply ndox ak courant fii si biir réew mi moom nag wax na ne maanaam NAWEC dinañ def seen kéemti lay kàttan pour ñëpp Gambia yi yëpp daal am courant bi nga xamante ne du nekk di on and off ak tam ndox bi nga xamante ne doy na te projet bi ñoo launch fii nag tey moom Nani Jawara wax na ne am na benn bu commencé fële si Jàmbur fi mu nekk boobu solo la waaye fi mu nekk dañoo léegi tee rek si lu bañ a yàgga dinañ sign contract bi ak contractors yi nga xamante ne ñoom tamit dinañ def liggéey buñ def fii nii foofu noonu si Jàmbur ma bàyyi leen naa rek Binta Haydara moom mu ñëw ak ci kàllaamay Mandinka bi.
The 150 megawatt solar plant is working on with WAP. We've been working with the Minister of Lands and regional government because they're very instrumental in providing the land area
dun
for
kita
those projects.
institution te Gambia ngala Gambia nol bele along mi alon ko wala be marlin courant la ani jolo ko la Gambia banko kan jang nani jwara dun ay kuma kuma rimba jamal lefo anu fanan ay fuko ko mi alon ko wala kata ngatan ko te min be den din courant la ko la Gambia jang surtout a Greater Banjul area o be kala kulti mi alon ko Gambia nol be ngina la bawo ya sarto landila andum fanan iba planol ke kana mimba tinala ko ñi sika kutumi yalon ko iba bela ñame nin ko mu courant la fana la malo wato wati anu fanan ay kuma do fanan fo min kete jamburto ya fako ñin tembe na fanan iba ko to le kaji ko ka 20 megawatt solar project ko ke bondi jambur andung iko ondunga ata mela bake iba do ko ñin commencer la ni nya ñongol dunga ay wala fo andum fanan diamta bake surtout mo la min yalon ko wala ka jalay lo ke ko ñin dum kultimi yalon ko itolu ibe bulol wala na walen la katun wo kerke la karam bumbalti nin ko mumul ka kumul min tay ka fay na wekma ako na wek dun ka karam woto bakela andung mi yalon ko wala mi to la do ko ti ba kata ko be kala ka je ko yela do ko ka anyama mi yalon ko aben din courant la ko la Gambia jamba wo to le kata company mi yalon ko to marlin courant la anin jiola ko Gambia banko kan jang anda ñim fanan fuko dunga ko ñing kata signa foloti Gambia la history kono ka joko 90 megawatt Gambia nawek ñin temene dum wala be bulo kono ñin temene ando yafuko fan
The active representative will not be the contractor to give his remarks. Welcome, the representative of the contractor.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellency, President of the Republic, Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, Honorable Ministers here present, senior Gambian government officials, members of the press, Mr. Nani Juara, Nawek MD, Mr. Babukar Fall, Nawek Power Generation Director. Dear friend, on behalf of Mr. Kil Kwang Min, STX Project Manager, and Mr. Hamido Ja Oil CEO, it is a pleasure to be joined today for the inauguration of the Brikama 3 power plant, an important accomplishment that will open the door for a continuing and expanding progress. As we inaugurate the facility today, I would like to share with you my respect for the extraordinary workforce that came together to produce this remarkable project. NAWEC, as owner of this facility, Islamic Development Bank as founder of the project, ONI as owner consultant, MAN as engine manufacturer, balance of plant suppliers, STX as a main contractor, and JA Multi-Industrial Company as a Gambian subcontractor to execute and to put into service the whole power plant. Thank you all for making this project a strong reference for the Gambia. I would like to express my admiration for all the parties who work together in the interest of the project and the interest of the Gambia. We congratulate you on this important event. This project is not only a major change in the economic life of the Gambia, but also an inspiring model of how such change can best be accomplished. The implementation and operation of Rikama 3 power plant will have positive impact over the quality of life of people who live within the umbrella of the project, an important resource not just for factories and industry, but also for rural activities and small business, as well as school, street, offices, hotel, and homes. It's a milestone and an important stage in our country lives. My team and I are very grateful for being at the foreground of this project and will always be ready to put all the knowledge we have and the experience we acquired at the service of such upright national cause. And I hope this dear country, with the help and support of its leader, will continue in the path of dynamic growth and strategic expansion. It's a country with limitless potential and endless possibility. Dear friends, despite all the obstacle and constraint, the fear of the current pandemic and slowdown of activity, we were able to carry on and deliver. Once again, I wish you all the good health and success, and I wish the dear and most friendly people of the Gambia peace and prosperity. Today's event is an important and long-awaited. May we always be gathered in happy condition and promising prospect. My congratulations to you all.
Thank you, representative from
fàttali rek ñu ngi
STX,
fii nii
South
si
Korea.
Brikama
the
nag
contractors
fii tey
that
président
did,
Barrow mooy launch li nga xamante ne mooy courant fii nii si Brikama ku jógee wax léegi nag moo nekk di represent maanaam moom moo fi teewal contracteur bi parce que si wax yu njëkkay wax nañ ne contracteur bi mënul koo méeg parce que mënut a fly fii ñëw Gambia amul flight bi nga xamante ne mu ngi koo indil Gambia réeréwul ne mbir ne fan yi jaww ji nu mel dafa doy waa torop ba am na dëkk yu bari yi nga xamante ne plane nekkul di fa daw fi mu nekk nii nag still ñu ngi si programme bi ñu déglu bàyyi xel rek ban speaker mooy ñëwaat.
Personally pushing these projects, on all our energy projects. He's a minister who has been a technician and is still a technician and working hand in glove with us. Honorable, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين. Your Excellency, why I started with the word Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin? This is a year of implementation, and Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, we are implementing. Sky will stop what's going up. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Anna Barrow, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Cabinet Ministers are present, the Deputy Secretary General, the Secretary to Cabinet, Permanent Secretaries and other senior government officials present. This includes the Marine Directors and Directors General, representatives of the Islamic Development Bank, even though they are unable to make it. But Your Excellency, Honorable Musa Silla is out there in Jeddah, and he's keenly listening to this program. Representatives of the contractor, STX of South Korea, and their collaborator, Ja Oil. I think I don't have to mention this again. Ja is actually an entrepreneur and is taking a lot of risk for this country and is coming into energy, not only in this conventional but even downstream energy. I also want to recognize, Your Excellency, the presence of Uncle O.J. Jallo, who I only informed him last night around 10:30 p.m. and he promised to be here and he's here with us today. Your Excellency, the Governor of West Coast Region and Deputy Governor, I'm sure if we had mobilized this, we cannot fill this place, but we advised him not to mobilize crowd because of COVID. But I'm very grateful that they are able to control the crowd. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much, Governor. The board of directors of NAWEC, they are all present here. The advisor to the minister, Mr. Mahmoud Sar, is also present. I recognize him. The chief of Birkama, the alcalos and other local dignitaries, venerable religious leaders, service chiefs, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I have the utmost pleasure and satisfaction to be part of this important ceremony for the official inauguration of the 20 megawatt heavy fuel oil additional capacity in the Birkama power plant, funded through our long-standing and fruitful engagement with the Islamic Development Bank. The project will increase the domestic electricity generation to meet the growing electricity demand in the country, provide access to electricity to support inclusive and sustainable socio-economic development is one of the pivotal cornerstones of the government's priorities as articulated in the energy sector policies, strategies, and the National Development Plan 2018-2021. In terms of access, the national electrification target is to reach 60% by end of this year and universal access by 2025. There is no doubt that the inauguration of this project today reflects the government's commitment to achieving the noble goal of bringing electricity to the doorsteps of every citizen to improve lives and livelihoods. Your Excellency, through your leadership, foresight, and support, the Gambia energy sector has seen remarkable transformations since 2017, when my ministry spearheaded, with support from partners, the development and adoption of an electricity roadmap for the sector to guide its development in short to medium term. I am pleased to say that 3 years into its implementation, the roadmap has yielded tangible outcomes, such as the narrowing of the electricity gap, generation gap, the expanded and more reliable electricity supply, the reduction of system losses through the refurbishment and expansion of the transmission and distribution infrastructure. However, since the adoption of the roadmap in 2018, the domestic, regional, and international energy landscape has changed, necessitating the need to update the roadmap to take into consideration these new realities. I'm happy to inform Your Excellency that the roadmap update is currently underway, will feature a least cost power generation plan and transmission and distribution, as well as a universal access master plan for the Gambia. As part of the implementation of the roadmap, the government of the Gambia, with the support from the African Legal Support Facility, has launched a competitive tender for a 30 megawatt heavy fuel oil dual fuel to be commissioned in 2022 through private sector participation as an independent power producer. Once procured, this expected increase in the domestic generation capacity, whilst creating business opportunities for private investment in electricity generation, contributing to the Gambia's foreign direct investment inflow portfolio. The addition of the new generation capacity is complemented with the continued expansion and reinforcement of the transmission and distribution network throughout the country, with the ultimate goal of having a national grid that connects the whole country through a 225 kV high voltage transmission line. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with the global energy transition towards low carbon and sustainable energy solutions, the government of the Gambia, through the Ministry of Petroleum, is committed to promoting the development and deployment of renewable energy for both on-grid and off-grid applications. This is done by creating the enabling environment through policy and legislation to stimulate both public and private investment in this area. The Renewable Energy Act of 2013 establishes the legal, economic, and institutional basis for the promotion of on-grid and off-grid renewable electricity. The government of the Gambia secured funding for the construction of a first large-scale on-grid 20 megawatt solar PV plant in Jambu, which is mentioned by the MD, NAWEC. Preparations for the construction of the power plant are in high gear, and the plant is expected to come online in 2022 to add to the electricity generation mix. In the area of off-grid electrification, the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, with support from the African Development Bank, has developed the policy and regulatory framework to promote green mini-grids in rural off-grid communities, where the main grid may not reach in the medium term. As part of our strategy for universal electricity access, we target to connect 1/3 of the rural population through off-grid solutions by 2030. mainly through green mini-grids and stand-alone home systems. However, this target cannot be readily achieved without putting in place an effective regulatory framework and developing the necessary financial support and the risking mechanisms for the private sector, which is the focus of the Green Mini-Green Country program being implemented by the ministry. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, to complement our national efforts to diversify our energy resources and ensure energy security, the government of the Gambia, through MOP, Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, is actively engaged in bilateral, regional, and international discussions and partnerships that promote energy cooperation, transit, and trade. We are also actively engaged and committed to our regional efforts to promote cross-border energy trade and transit within the ECOWAS region, principally through the OMVG interconnection network, which is currently under construction. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, please allow me to highlight some of the key achievements we registered in the electricity subsector since 2017. In terms of new electricity connections, we have added 81,785 new customers since January 2017, representing 36% of the total new customers. In terms of generation capacity, we have added 85 megawatts of new and replaced capacity, including the 30 megawatt rental and 20 megawatt being inaugurated today, as compared to 46 megawatts available in 2017. In 2017, we had only 46 megawatts. Today, we have 85 megawatts. Our peak demand is 70 megawatts. So we have a spinning reserve of 15 megawatts. Your Excellency, we are also in the renewable, as I mentioned, which is very, very important. My MD spoke about least cost. And the only way we can reduce tariff is to have a more reliable and also affordable source of energy. That's why we are promoting renewable solar part. Solar is creeping into the energy mix gradually and, of course, carefully. We have currently 46 kilowatt of solar project off-grid of the petroleum house. I'm beginning the solarization of office buildings from my own office first. We are making 46 kilowatts of solar for the petroleum house. This is being done by Unique Solution, because it's a Gambian company, and Solar 23. So here also we thank Papa Yusuf Njai of Unique Solution. So Gambians are coming in. Jai all has come in, Papa Yusuf is coming in, and many people are coming to power generation now. So I want this to be recognized. Your Excellency, Gambians are coming in the energy sector. We also have 501 kilowatt at MRC Fajara. This was done by Bolo Fandema Association and their partner Azimuth 360. Your Excellency, this was done by women engineers, all women. So not only people are coming privately, but even women are coming to go on rooftops and put solar energy. We also have 106 kilowatt of GCCI, this Gamma Kim of Commerce, by Solar 23 company. And we are also working on 100 kilowatt at the University of the Gambia. This is being implemented by Gam Solar. Your Excellency, in terms of transmission and distribution lines, we have added 217 kilometers of high voltage, that is 30 to 33 kV lines, 144 kilometers of medium voltage, that is 11 kV lines, and 479 kilometers of low voltage lines across the country. In terms of electricity access, we have electrified 66 communities in Greater Banjul area and 23 in the provinces from 2017. At this juncture, Your Excellency, I would like to thank Your Excellency first for your continuous support and guidance in the energy sector. You have a passion for energy, you always talk about it, and you made a promise which, as my Prime Minister said, we are poised to deliver, and we're definitely going to deliver. I also take this opportunity to thank the Islamic Development Bank for the funding of this project, for this 20 megawatts we are inaugurating today. Your Excellency, let me also thank the contractors, STX, and the consultants, ONE, of course, Hamid Jah of Jah Oil, which is part of this project. I want to thank my ministry staff, my permanent secretary, and the Director of Energy, and all the energy staff and entire staff of Ministry of Petroleum. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the board and directors, or the board of directors of NAWEC and the entire staff of NAWEC. Your Excellency, it's a policy at the Ministry of Petroleum that we set the policy stage. We set the stage, we develop the policies, the regulations, the strategies, and we allow operators to operate without interference. This is what is bringing the progress we are making announcing today. So NAWEC is under the board, and the board is responsible, very experienced, very committed, and they very supported the NAWEC management. This is why we are progressing, and Your Excellency will progress more and more. I want to thank the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs. Sometimes I think, maybe I will sometimes say that he is biased in supporting me, but definitely he is supporting everybody. But he is definitely always on my side. I call him at any time, even at night. Last night I called him at night, and then to make sure he attends the program, wherever he is most common. I also want to thank the Minister of Lands and Environment. Lands, because we need the land. All this land we have here is being provided by Minister of Lands. And currently we are talking about 150 megawatt of solar. That needs a lot of land. So we are very much appreciative of the Minister of Lands and the local government authority at Mansa Congo. The governor of LRR is very supportive. And Your Excellency, I think the land in that area is almost resolved. So we are very grateful to Your Excellency, your Honorable Minister of Lands, that you are really supporting us and get land. For solar, it needs land, and definitely there's no way we can work without the local authorities. And we are also very thankful to the governor here also, because without the governor's support, some of these things that we are going here, and also in Jambur, we cannot get that land without the governor's support also. And also we are thankful to the Minister of Environment, because for any project we have to do environmental impact assessment. And that assessment is very necessary, is to support the life, the health of everybody. So, and energy activities, energy programs, energy works, and it requires a lot of environmental activities. So definitely we work hard to work hard in glove with the environment. And I want to thank the entire cabinet. There is no single time that I don't have support from the cabinet. Yes, we critique each other, we are very active in everybody's project. But definitely it's a very supportive cabinet. I really want to thank you all, those present and those who are unable to make it. Your Excellency, with these few remarks, I want to thank you very much. And
thank you, Honorable Fapasanya. Okay.
Mbadingolu hani kabi kala hakilo blando doron ko mbe brika male nyin tembenna andu mimbe kirinja wolen kulliyoti mimbe den dim power plan la mi yalon ko maza kunda ba kulli kantentin bi sa entende mi bodo diamol la dum wala kata fafa nyanti atal dum kata Minister of Petroleum te andung comme nga fala nyamen dum programme lo dati watola ko nyindu mu kultimi yalan ka kuma ta bakala bawo mbe nga lonne jola ko be nyamen courant lo ko be nyamen Gambia andung nyin saintentin dum nyin projet ko dum ya itandi ko abekela kultimi yalan ko kolya ko wala ngaton ko mi yalan ko Gambia dingul ba ataki kan abola bayla nata courant lo ko la bawo wata jama mulkaje wato dul courant la nala andu ya fa na wek dun ya foko du mi yalan ko wala kata Minister of Petroleum di Fafanyang aya foko Papa Sanyang aya foko dun kabisa for 2017 sango kono na wek yurwa bal soto na ta courant la karola bawa ya fofon ko o fon ya sabula fon fo mul min yalan ko wala kliyanul fon ta kana la fa bake anda aya foko dum inimmol min yalan ko ye bulo fay ñoo ko min kete STXT ani ja oyol woni i do ñoolu pour ka je ko ñim projet ko ta ñama afanan diam to kula mi yalan ko wala be dending Jambur projet ko ñina anda ya foko dum projet ko ñina ta ñama jani ba fula 2022 aba courant fintindi lale andu ni dum keta ya foko dum ñin temena dum banko itolela iba supply ko la fo yana risa fonds to mi alon ko ibo mutale bulo kono la kumfa kono mbadi ngola bol nyama ko nga fala nyame kumba jama balle bijang nyinte benna oje jalo bijane chief of brikama dina nyaton ko lu mumela be anin governolu woni don nyolu nyinte mena dung ka chabe kering ko la min yalon ko wala be dending.
Thank you very much. PS Camara. The historical magnitude cannot be exempted from an entertainment. I therefore call Gambia Police Band to entertain the gathering. Few minutes, Gambia Police Band. àll bi ku bëgg a liggéey àndal àndal ak moom ku bëgg a def lu baax àndal ak moom ku bëgg a yàq kooku soxlawu la ku bëgg a wax lu bari kooku soxlawu la ku bëgg a def yi xeet kooku soxlawu la Baro lay wayal lay lay la laa ana ñu ko bëgg ana ñu ko bëgg ana ñu ko bëgg. Thank you Babacar. Jërëjëf. I now hand over the podium to Mr. Kamara, PS Kamara, to continue with the rest of the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ESA entertainers, for that short interlude. We've now come to the climax of the event and to have the keynote address from His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow. Your Excellency, you are in. Okay.
There was some musical interlude comme mbokk yi ni leen ko waxee rek ñu ngi fii si biir Kaama président Barrow na mu ngi noonu taxaw pour ñëw joxe speech am li nga xamante ne loolu la am pour wax fii nii si projet bi ñu déglu ko tuuti rek taataan lu moo ñëw wax.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. You know why I repeat the Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin? Because our slogan is we should all speak with one voice. The management of NAWEC, the ministry and the board of NAWEC, we want to assure you from the President's office that we will give you support, and our support, the sky is the limit. Cabinet ministers here present, senior government officials and service chiefs, National Assembly members, local government authorities, religious leaders, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a delight to preside over the inauguration of the new 20 megawatts power plant installed here in Birkam. It is a source of joy to observe that the event is being held as part of the activities marking the 56th independent anniversary of our dear motherland. The occasion adds to the ample evidence of my government's commitment to our 2021 Energy Roadmap and National Development Plan. The addition of 20 megawatts to our electricity generation capacity will significantly address the country's power capacity gaps and serve as a catalyst to achieve and maintain regular electricity supply for the entire Gambian nation. Ladies and gentlemen, this power plant project results from the government's belief that energy is a key driver of economic development. Thus, it has to serve as leverage to raise living standards and reduce poverty in the country. The project stands out as an other means of accelerating the country's key infrastructure investments to empower Gambian citizens through access to essential services. It is only through such his development strives that we can attain and sustain the level of economic growth we desire. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the rapid increase in the generation capacity of NAWEC and the expansion of its service within the past 4 years has been quite tactical. We are convinced it takes such innovative strategies to rekindle hopes and uplift the living standards of our people. The increasing demand of power arising from the expansion of economic activities in the country also makes it compelling for government to redouble our efforts in the energy sector. The strategy is to gradually replace the old generator sets with reliable ones and maintain a single national grid. Besides providing sustainable energy for all, it is equally necessary to work towards cost-reflective electricity tariffs in a systematic manner and within the right regulatory framework. We remain committed to the socio-economic development objectives as outlined in our National Development Plan. The AU 2063 Agenda and the AU-EU Partnership for Green Transition and Energy Access. Accordingly, the energy sector has a critical role to play for the realization of these mileposts. To this end, the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy is establishing an energy platform to exploit sustainable energy solutions in order to propel agricultural development, facilitate trade, and promote digital inclusion, among other objectives. We are also working with our development partners to mitigate the effects of climate change, increase our renewable energy uptake, and improve energy efficiency in our homes, institutions, and businesses. Let me stress that my government will keep up the momentum of infrastructure development countrywide. To steer economic growth, we need good roads, bridges, schools, and hospitals, to name a few examples. And all these developments require a regular and reliable electricity supply. Therefore, this occasion marks a key milestone for the nation in the long quest for steady power supply. Alongside increasing the generation capacity of electricity, other projects to step up access and expand the transmission and distribution network within a reinforced and reliable system. These measures will improve supply, increase customer connections, and support investments. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my government is aware of the fact that despite significant improvements on access to electricity since 2017, there remains a considerable portion of our population without electricity supply. To address this, in collaboration with our development partners, government will, in the next 3 years, create access to over 685 communities countrywide. Our target is universal access by 2025, which is earlier than the 2030 sustainable energy for all. I am happy to observe that so far, most of the priorities of the NDP and the 2017 energy roadmap have been successfully fulfilled. This puts the energy sector on a firm footing for bigger successes. We will continue to encourage the private sector participation. With these reforms, I am confident that our 2025 targets will be attained. Against this background, a comprehensive energy master plan development is being developed to set the pace. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, it is worth mentioning that the overall cost of this power plant project is $28.44 million US. We are indebted, therefore, to the Islamic Development Bank for providing $25.22 million US of the cost. We convey special thanks to the President of the bank, His Excellency Bandar Haja, and his staff for their unflinching support to the Gambia. Furthermore, we appreciate the efforts of the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, the board and management of NAWEC, and all stakeholders for the success of the project. However, I urge the board and the management of NAWEC to redouble their efforts in boosting their generation capacity to support the government's initiative across the country. Having said this, we express gratitude to the contractor, STX Heavy Industries of South Korea, for undertaking the works successfully. We recognize also the efforts of the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs for facilitating the government's counterpart contribution of $3.22 million US. As a government, we commend all those who contributed to the success of the project. Ladies and gentlemen, I renewed my government pledge to continue our development endeavors to power our homes, industries, and economy into a brighter future. As we pursue our 2025 Energy for All agenda, I ask all citizens to remain vigilant and protect the infrastructure provided for you and make the best use of the services put at your disposal. With renewed zeal and hope for a brighter future for all Gambians, I now declare the Brikama Plan Project officially inaugurated, and I thank you.
Mbadingolu sain dung mi alan kula kata President Anama Baroti afarentin dung ay kulioke nyintemene dung Brikama power plant ya kulile President Barodu ya kulioke le mbadingolu anda diamuta ku jamal la bawa ko nyintemene dung itol dumbe makoy rokela la nawek la le ku fay elo do ko lafta ta nyameng ay ta nyama andum fana tentu roke bake mula min yalon ko wolle blodu ñu projet ko koto kaje ko bitenting fonyu kulio ketano ay jey roke bake andung aya fuko fana ko mi yalon ko wala muy tol la hamuti kaje ko courant la ko dung ye ku kala ko to kaje ko ñu faro ni marlo mi yalon ko katokela way ko kuti mi yalon ko mule ñina la jandin 2025 akondu ibo simfa nya ibo le koto anu ñun tamine dung murumburu bina ke kan dung kana nda dung ñim power plant ñun to kana jibero ke president Frentin dung abita kana la delegation olu mol min yalon ko wala natana bi kana mabe ñun kuliyoto albaji la ko dung ñing power plant o dum akata kulde mi yalan ko akata man sa kunda e kukumari balti anu fana barikama dingol be ani gambe dingol be bawo ko la ko nga fala nyame biring programme dati wati folo nyimu kulde mi yalan ko atata kala num problème motil gambe banko kanjam barindum ngaje ko kiyanta ketale anum bi frenti alhamdulillah mbe birikama ka kuliyo fananke birikama jam.
Thank you very much jërëjëf Binta da ngeen lu président bi wax gën naa dëgëral kàddoom gën naa dëgëral mu ne dina gën a dëgëral taxawaayam si li nga xamante ne mooy NAWEC ñoom ñi nga xamante ne ñoo dee may jox nit ñi si ñoo dee jàppale nit ñi si wàllu courant bi ak tamit si wàllu ndox bi wax na ne tamit nag dina jàppale li nga xamante ne mooy ministre of petroleum bi pour rek liggéey ñu gis ne daal Gambia dinañ am électricité bi nga xam dinañ am courant bi nga xamante ne ñëpp dinañ si njëriñoo balaa 2025 incha allah su nekkee ne président bi wax na ba pare su nekk dafa dem round pour dem state project bi nga xamante ne loolu lañ doon launch fii nii su nekk launch na ko ba pare léegi mu nga ñëw dem round nag pour make sure rek ne gis nañ liggéey bi comme ni nga ko gisee suñu screen yi noonu.
toñalem andum fanan président du ye bambandiri ke andum fanan sasuro ke min kata NAWEC la do kulalti pour ye simfa nyale ko do ko min dum ye bambang wokto isaje ko nyi sika kutumi yalan ko min kata courant la problème do ko se kutumi yalan ko gameno si nyinala andum fanan diamuta ka foko aba mako roke la bakele NAWEC la le sota mako la tele masa kuna ba jilal ko yo mako di NAWEC do kulal la pour isaje ko problème yalan ko kata courant koti o sike kutumi yalan ko gameno be nyinala andum fanan diamuta kula mi yalan ko wala kata jambur power plant mi yalan ko solar power plant len andum ya foko dum o fanan dum ibe do ko datila kula atamila bake nyina nyong jamalu anu nyinte mena dum mol frente be findi kan kanana ta power plant nyin do kata je kata jibe rola jeto do ko mi yalan ko wala kata wala fonde no mi fona dana min kulli e kon dum pour isna muru fanan kana wala jibe mbadi ngol mbol fanan be tan dal la bawon na mol fanan so mi yalan ko wala be konoto nyinte mena ne be blokan president no makata nyi muru la mi yalan ko muru sutoni mi yalan ko abake kan nyin kulli lu mbala andum fanan mbadi ngolu mol min yalan ko fana walle makoro ke nanata do kula kala dum ya foko walle keta STXT anin ja el wana do anyon do ku nyo dolu bawo mi yalan ko wala fana keta NAWEC la managing director ay tentu
MC ngal tentu ngal jay bake katung mbetembo mento sañ bina futala dulanyin jubeo.
Please.
mbadi ngolu kal ba jeka nyameng alla screeno to nyinte men dung kulliyo dung nsafa kitale ko fo pare min dung kita wala ndum president bi nan kana nyinte men kana ribono nyinta kana akuntu pour ndum kanyin power plant to nyin ka ayele comme nga fa nyamen dorong programme dati wato la dung nyindum bekela kultimi yalon ko abekela fen kumari balti bawo kron la ko nga fa nyamen bi ñu juna akata kultimi yalon ka akata ko ya koti gambe jang bawo wato gis ni mooy président ñëw pour officially dog lii di ribbon bi buy wane ne place ubbi nañ ko pour mu tàmbali lii liggéey ok nga men wolo nga ñaan ko officially ñu kuntu ko de ñun ko ñun follow jantu nyinte men mbadiŋol dung baro dung frenting dung ay siso muta bina contrôle kal baje kan la telil kono nyameng nyinte men andung sain dung kulio dung feleng liro futata tonto president dung frenting ay contrôle kala fa pare mbadi ngol falenta blodi ka mulla nyin kudunga sewo wata bake akata gambe dingol be sewo ti kakata masakunda sewo ti nyamen ko ngafo nyamen ko la ko dun natake kultimi yalon ko akata kolya ko batin dun gambe banko kan jam barin dum bi dun mi yalon ko wala kata banke mi yalon ko nawek la do kulal du yafo mi yalon ko kata la managing director ti aning minister memeling petroleum la mi yalon ka kata fafa nyanti aning president baro fon nataka kuma kon mi fokaji ko itol dun ya lahi do mi ga gambe dingol la minata ko la ko le kondu ibe bambandi wala kan andun dun bi dun ko fon wala sabu fon natanan jambi birikama sate ba ko no jam pour kana mabe ñu kulli batam yalla ko wolbe ki kan nawek la pop la fentin dun president fel dana talo findendi ka to itandi mi yalla ko wala ke birikama la 20 megawatt power project ko ñindi power plant project ko mi yalla ko masakunda ba ke kan
jërëjëf Binta mbokk yi ni ngeen gisee noonu président Adama Barrow rek mu ngi noonu di seet li nga xamante ne loolu mooy liggéey courant bi buñ def fii nii si Brikama réeré wu ne mbir ne courant dafa nekk loo xamante ne lu am solo la te am na dëkk yi nga xamante ne dañ dee sonna torop si wàllum courant commencé ko Brikama muy dem si kaw ak yooyu noonu waaye président Adama Barrow si waxam nag moom wax na ne liggéeyam yëpp ak xalaatam yëpp mooy daal Gambia ñu am li nga courant bi nga xamante ne dinañ si mën a jëriñoo bu baax a baax te dina def kéemtalaay kàttanam pour liggéey ak NAWEC jàppale tam Ministry of Petroleum bi pour ñu de seen liggéey rek pour seen liggéey mat seen liggéey àgga pour rek ñu gis ne Gambie yëpp am nañ courant si nu mu ko wonee si nuñ ko bëggee ak ci li fi ñu tamit si on and off bi président bi nag mu ngi ànda cabinet ministre yi mu ngi ànda Brikama seen gouverneur bi Lamin Sané mu ngi ànda tamit minister of petroleum gis ngeen ko noonu nuñ leen ko wanee suñ screen yi loolu mooy liggéey NAWEC ak yeneen compagnie Gambien yi nga xamante ne jàpp nañ bu baax a baax si liggéey bi fii nii chief of Brikama bi tamit bokk na tamit si mbootaay bi nga xamante ne wala si délégation bi nga xamante ne ñoo nekk di toppa Adama Barrow right now pour mu dem seet liggéey bu gaay def fii nii si Brikama di courant yi 20 megawatts programme power plant bi kay sorry
tuñala mbadingolu commune dunga liaje nyamen nyin tembe na dung president Barrow fenta adunta konta nala cabinet minister lo kana murumurun ke nyi 20 megawatt power plant mi yalon ko bitenti ya kulli fa pare andung nyin dun keta kuti mi yalon ko aketa sewo ku bate masakunda e andi NAWEC la do ku lalu andu yaay tandi ko nyin dumbe bayir kala le kol ya ko la wala ngatan kul mi yalon ko Gambia dingul ba ataki kana ta kron la ko la bawo nyin keta kuti mi yalon ko ay batandiro ke fana ta banko la fankula karola bawo nin kuron dum keta kuti mi yalon ko amantre tenkunding wala mol kasula la nyame masto nyama wasun wadun sasa bunole ko atikol ya ku jamal wulu nole bawo development no nyenta kala nyama ta keno la nyama hani fo mi yalon ko le keta jiola koti bawo jobu kata no kuron ko ma jikendo fon banko dinglu tasto nola oto kamala waya itande nyim projet ko do yo kuma ya ba min soto Gambia dingoli anim fon Gambia man sakunda e nyin tembenna ko ngafo no nyameng president Barrow dung natan kana bambang kana kala kuta yandike la hidula mi yalon ko ya ke Gambia dingola nata kuron la karola kayje ko kuron dung banko be mobe sastono ko islota la nyameng andung atakelo kutum yalon ka sike kolya ku bati bawo fon NAWEC fon do ya fujanko mi yalon ko wala fon katila customer de client no fon nata la fale nyin santambilla andu ya fuko yiruwa jama bal soto kabirin 2017 san kono wadun na nyongol la dun kata kuwolti min yalon ko yafo nyin bembato mi yalon ko wala kata kuliyoti bidun kuliyo ngaminke
commentary bin MC.
Mbadingolu kal hakilo blandi doron ko hanika bi be brikama power plan leto ko nga fale nyamen kulliyo la mi yalon ko wala be ke kanyinte menna mi yalon ko abe kala kuti mi yalon ko abe bari kala ko ya kulla banko dingol kamin takina ta kuron la kula anu ngin temen kala je nyamen nek president dun na la cabinet ministerial dun e frenti be murumuru la power plan to nyin kono ha kana ka jiberi ke anu fana mol min yalon ko wala dum be nyun lato do ko la e ba diam kam president e ka explain ay ko min yalon ko wala be ke kanyun jointo wala e ko min ke do ko min ke foy pareta al nyabe wala tenting andu ko nga fale nyamen nu foloto nyun dum be ke la kutumi yalon ko abe kuma yala ba ke la bawo kron ko kata kutumi yalan ka kata ko le ko bati gambe din jamaaye bari dun nawet do ko lalu yafo ko falendir ko be ke kan be falendiro ke kam yalon ko wala ke reform solti ito la karaw la pour ka je ko institution o nyimi yalon ko akata nawekti isila do ko ke no nyama banko dingol fa lafta minna isosto no nyame mi yalon ko wakata president adam baro to mala mina be diamu kan afana aya fondu ila botso le mi yalon ko wala mu ila nyaton ko di ko ye la kutu singol foraka je ko ye tesiti ye do ko ke andung ito la makero dum mi yalon ko makero mi yalon ko atala man sakunda ngenta dilela ito dum bo makero dilela la ko islota la nyame
Okay, well, viewers, as you are seeing in those images, this the power plant which was just inaugurated by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Adama Barrow, and he is still inside the power plant because the power plant will start operation today. And as I was rightly saying it before, this is another boost in the electric supply demand of the general public, because NAWEC have been facing a lot of challenges of recent with the demand of electricity in the Greater Banjul area. And with this new power plant, it would help reduce the high demand of this electricity, because it would come as the boost to our national electricity supply. And we have seen a lot of things here with regards to the inauguration. Comme niñ koy waxee rek MC xam naa li ñoo def mooy ngeen bamtuwaat lu ni mel ci wolof ak mandinka ne kii di njiitu réew mi mu ngi doga dem pour ubbi la nga xam ne moo di power plant bi, taal na générateur bi door na di liggéey. ñu ngi koy wan ci biir foofu la nga xam ne moom moo di liggéey générateur bi nu muy liggéeyee ak la nga xam ne noonu la moo def ba lii di courant gi am. waaye lii di power plant bi njëriñ gi nga xam ne moom la amal askan gi mooy rawatina ñi nekk fii ci Greater Banjul area bi, mooy wane daal ne naam dëgg la courant dina daan am de waaye dina doon am ay jafe-jafe yu bari yiñ daan jànkuwanteel ci wàllum jotum courant gi. loolu li ko waral nag mooy liñ doon yenn générateur yi fi nekkoon ak seen màggetaay itam, loolu it bokk na ci li doon nasaxal amu courant gi. waaye depuis booba nag lañ gis ne nguuru Gambia ci jàppalante yi muy jàppalante ak Islamic Bank bi, ñoom ñu gis ne dina am njëriñ lool buñ munee am beneen makkaan bi nga xam ne ñooñu dinañ produce lii di électricité bu toll ci 20 mégawatts, te loolu it dina njëriñ bu baax a baax courant gi ñoo laajte ci biir Greater Banjul area. Binta ngamira nyimbe kumaya la bake pour mbadiul fanan se nyina na fa lonkatu Greater Banjul area janto ninga fo wolong kombo anala dala satelti wolle be nafa bajela nyin generator nyin kabring ya yele janto ara nafa be tolle nafa la bake katung abe courant soni andila na jamal la me alon ko wolle be Greater Banjul area.
Yafo nyame mpaka bolo nyama ko yafo nyame rek president dum fenting ay generator mala ngin temel dunga tata ka do ko kele min tembo min to tenting bawo ko liyo dum o batala le fo pare andong to nyaleng ninko kromon soto gambien nu janin nyimbe kala sa foko dum to nyoro kala kron dum be soto kana bar dum ko ya ku jama tata ko nyin koto ko pa ko yafo nyame bawo wato do lu bije fani malola andum moldum kasula nyame buka soto no nyama barindung bitenting nyin kulyo mi yalon ka kata asinan dun kana jirike wala katalal ke wo kolya ko la min yalon ko banko dingol ba ataki kana ta courant la ko la courant dun kom nga funya me nga kumata bakele andum fanan dun hana mamme bake fonga na report so dol bije wol dunning modol du ya kacha soto andum ni se kacha no pour nu ya fonye du nyim power plant mi yalon ko ya kata so kuma ya nyaadi lo so bawo tol dun kata mulat mi yalon ko e ka fintinum bantale nimul ka kacha min yalon ko wala do ko dum wala la balwo fonbe tukrum mimbala wala kata couranti nei ite kata multi mi yalon ko inimul dum finta inen ika fintile nimul ka nyoje bawo reporter la muyti inimul dum ka nyoja andungi ika kumbo iyelne ku ko le mi yalon ko be den ding couran la ko ite muno so be ñu fala ñu ko projet ko la ko
jërëjëf Binta courant dafa nekk loo xamante ne dafa am solo torop si dundini doomi aadama parce que foog na liggéey benn du mun a dem su fekkente ne courant bu correct wala courant bi nga xamante ne dafa stable liggéey du mun a dem bu yaagoon nii rek jaaykat yu bari ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi yëngu si wàllum courant seen business yi ñu ngi yëngu si wàllum courant muy internet bi muy li nga xamante ne mooy ñawkat yi ak lopitaan bi sax si boppam parce que am na machine yoo xamante ne du mun a dem te su courant amut te loolu dafa nekk loo xamante ne lu am solo te su fekkente ne tey président Adama Barrow mu ngi inaugurate power plant bu mel ni foog naa sorandi ni Brikama bi lii dina nekk li nga xamante ne dafa am solo si ñoom bu baax a baax a baax parce que comme ni ma ko waxee rek courant dafa am solo si dundini doomi aadama te président Barrow si kàddoom bu yàggut déggal na ne moom ak ñi nga xamante ne mooy mbootaayam lii nga xamante ne ñoom cabinetam ñoom daal dinañ def seen kéemti lay kàttan pour rek Gambia am courant bi nga xamante ne maanaam uninterrupted power supply maanaam courant bi nga xamante ne dina yàgga torop du nekk di on and off noonu di yaaxal nit ñi seen bagage yi wala di yaaxal nit ñi seen business yi Binta mu nekk loo xamante ne dafa am solo torop
tuñale ma mbadi ngolo ko mbenga muy nyame miyalan ko wala kata surwa kam fo lata na moy lalu ndoku nyudo be min foka wala nyinte ko aka amam mi bake fangani moldu ya kacas to min yalan ko wala dun keta mol miyalan ko karalla la muy te dol be la do ko dum be to ko internet wala ko la andu ay kuma mari mbala fo bawo nyim power plant to miyalan ka lorim Brikama jang to mondo bata fon aske non fate dana Brikama be balasi foto kombo tundo mumel ha belto andu nyinkata ko to miyalan ko banko dungo sanyene babawo ba president barol diamo to komanto aya bambandi ko courant dun kete to la kultimi yalon ko ala masakunda ya ni sobe ya bala muta bawo dun ya jele na fam yalon ka be courant bawo development no yurwata keno la courant ko ma ni courant dum man to hani kum yalon ko mi fani l'hôpital font masingo bawo masingo jamal bi je min yalon ko be l'hôpital to e ka bori courant la ning wo courant dum man na soto to man do bato jar law dol fi yalon ko ngenta kala ta kala andu go sinake kolya ku bati banko dingole way ay tandile ko nyim projet ko walanto nyim power plant mi yalon ko bi poplanto mi yalon ko be ko ni nyongo yemilo Gambie jang Brikama sati ba ko no jang o kete kulti mi yalon ko akumayata bakele woto mobe dum ba nyinyandila comme barodo ya fa nyamen kon no wek dum si kataku balke kaje ko nyin sika kulti mi yalon ko ay ta nyama andung banko dingol be isi munafanno ato nyame mbokk yi ni ngeen ko gisee seen screen bi noonu rek président Adama Barrow def nga lii nga xamante ne mooy dem round maanaam wóor lii nga xamante ne mooy liggéey bi mooy power plant bi fi mu nekk noonu nag dugg na noonu si moto bi gannaaw bu mu nuyoo ministre yi ak ñi nga xamante ne ñoo nekkoon délégation bi ñëwoon fii si Brikama pour rek mun a inaugurate power plant bii di fi mu nekk gis ngeen moto yi noonu mu ngi noonu di wane loxo si biti mu ngi noonu di nuyu maanaam di taagu gaayam yi daal di taagu ministre sami ak dignitaires yi nga xamante ne ñu ngi fi woon mbadingolo nyinte menna murumuru bantale bawo president Barrow fenta murumuru ke kulio ko la kana dum power plant nyin ko kana jibero ke obe ko la flenti abe sarota kan ala moto fila be finti kan anin ala minister lo ani mul min ya lon ko ani wala nata nam bi kana nyin power plant nyin kulli saintenting mbadingolo masingol nyin malatale do ko be ke kan ne generator ko ya jenu nyamen ko ma ye president ya malale andum fanan kulio nyin ketela banta saintenting president ñu fenta abe findi kan mol ba a wave kan afenen dum ba blo fay ka mole mbadi ngol nga ñu stale jambi Brikama kulli ba mi yalon ko wolna tak ka jammin keta courant la koti andum mo jama jiko sto ko ñim dumbe kolya ku jama baylal na ta courant la carolan mbokk yi lii leen loon amaloon rek fii si inauguration yi Brikama 20 megawatt power plant bii nii gis ngeen président bi nag mu ngi noonu di dem fi mu nekk nag Brikama ak ñi nga xamante ne ñoo dëkkee boor bii nii gis nañ président bi taal na générateur bi fi mu nekk courant bi mu ngi noonu liggéey ba ñu ngi si kawam parce que dugg na taal na générateur bi léegi nag duñ def dara lu dul rek bàyyi leen suñu ay yeneeni programme lii lañ leen amaloon fii nii si Brikama
Attention